Let's assume for a second, as the Warren Commission evidently did, that the governor was wrong under the traumatic experience of being wounded so severely. He simply was mixed up in his facts.
And that every other witness who spoke to it
was mixed up. Is it possible that the governor experienced a delayed reaction? And if it is it possible, physically speaking, for Lee Harvey Oswald to fire a single bullet and to have that bullet go through the president's back, out his neck, into the back of the governor, the same bullet?
I don't think it is, and I think we can show it right here. But I think it's important to show that we've exactly marked the models as, in fact, the wounds were incurred on Governor Connally and President Kennedy.
All right. How do we know that, first of all?
First of all, we have President Kennedy's coat. It exists, and we have a photograph of it. And one can see on that coat, about 4 inches down from the collar, a bullet hole here. We also have his shirt, and that also shows a bullet hole in the same position. We have notes that were taken during the autopsy, and a sketch of President Kennedy's body is drawn during the autopsy. At point B on this sketch, if we move in closely, we can see it now. There's a bullet wound, measures 7 by 4 millimeters, and again, it matches up with this position. In addition, we have the front of President Kennedy's shirt, which shows a small nick, a small slit in the shirt just under the collar button at approximately this location. That then marks the trajectory through the president. And we have here, I believe, a view drawn by a Warren Commission artist of that trajectory. Note, of course, that on the Warren Commission sketch, the wound has been moved to this position.
It's moved higher than it appeared initially.
Yes, and there's some dispute about that. This seems to me to be the proper location. Now, moving on to Governor Connally, I think we can see it clearly on the right-hand side of the screen, a hole here. That establishes then the entry point of the bullet, which then emerged about 4 inches under the right nipple of Governor Connally.
Okay. Now, draw the trajectories and make your argument.
We have a right-to-left trajectory of about 20 degrees here, entering here and emerging on the midline. Now, it should be obvious that a bullet that emerges on that trajectory would just barely graze Governor Connally's left arm. In order for it to enter at this point, just under his right armpit, the bullet would have to have turned around in midair, moved over 2 feet, and then driven downward at a much sharper trajectory to emerge at the point it did.